So this is gonna be a video full of RPG Maker talk because I did want to talk about it. Not exactly game development, but it is gonna go over basically games that or a game I will be making later on as we get Yogatag, Fatalist, and I tried to remember that. We also get Kana this time, so that's gonna be interesting. But let me just remember the settings and we'll talk about our topic for this video. So, I was gonna say Dorito, but oh my goodness, I just forgot. Oh, why do I do this to myself? Let me try to remember. I don't think it was medical history. I want to say it was actually Knight Errant. I feel like that's wrong though. Am I going crazy? Maybe it was medical history. Well, it's been a while since we did medical history, so I'm pretty sure it was not. I think it was actually ill-fated. You know what? Yeah, let's actually go back and I'm going to say it was ill-fated. If it wasn't, well, future Jordan, way in the future, can look back at this later. Not that I won't be able to watch my own videos because of what I'm doing in real life, but yeah, that just means the intro is longer. I'm sorry, but no, that's not ill-fated. Yeah, let's get into this one. I do know it was Yogatag. So, as we get into Yogatag, ill-fated, random item stats, Kana, the funny part is Kana's stats aren't, like, significant, but they're not exactly low either. Yeah, perception's low, but the lighthouse is not a big factor, but it is a factor that's involved in what I believe are good stats. Unless you just have low stats everywhere. Then high perception would be great for an army knife. Anyway, second mystery, light, Takshisan, knowledge, charisma, and maybe strength. So all that means is that we're losing 6 stamina and 5 reason in my eyes. Now, if we can get stamina up, sure, but that's not what I'm going to be looking at. In fact, I can't speak clearly right now. We will be doing a thing. We lost the notes, but we did get to decrease Doom. So you know what? Considering one on Yogatag and we're playing as Kana, fair. So yeah, off we go. Let's do the mysteries and then we'll talk about RPG Maker because, boy, it's really simple what I'm planning for one of the games I'm making. But as we get Teacher, Ward, Mermaids, Orphan, and Piano, well, again, we'll favor Piano because I really need to learn that one. Even though I haven't really been learning a lot of the other mysteries anyway, whatever. So, Orphan, Piano at some point. Not that Orphan has a boss, so I might be able to skip that. Because then we have Teacher and Ward, and that scares me. Now, we didn't enable the illegal den, but if we get the monkey wrench, maybe everything's okay. But now we decide whether we want to do Piano first, or whether we want to do Teacher or Ward. We do have 6 strength right now, but the point of the monkey wrench being a significant factor in my decision-making here is that if I equip the monkey wrench, for those who forgot, our strength lowers by 1. And it's been a while since I actually used the monkey wrench, so... And obviously we can't buy a weapon in Ward, which leaves Piano. So off we go. Now we will pop into History Club once, get another Expel Evil, but we actually are looking for anything else. And since we don't have Akamanto, we'll take the Gruesome Totem as well. And one more peek in, and off we go. So, prepare, and prepare. We do have quite a lot, and in fact, the Gruesome Totem is free on Kana because, as we'll showcase right now. Yeah, you'll notice that Kana's max reason doesn't drop from 8 to 5; it stays at 7 or 8. Sorry. Unfortunately, we did not find the Thingamajiggy, but we do see a 5 damage heavy-duty flashlight, which, you know what, we'll take. The unfortunate part is that we might run into out of funds, but essentially what will happen if that happens is that we'll trade off reason and then use the soft drink. That way we lose 1 reason instead, but get 2 funds. Ow. Yeah, we are on ill-fated, by the way, but I just expected to fail that regardless. So, yeah, we need to remember that we are going to be failing every single stat check. So, yeah. Flee, we can't pass any stat checks, so... Just gotta take the free outs where they present themselves. Now, if we're forced into something, sure, but that's not in my control. I still do have, how to say it? A thing, I'm going crazy. Anyway, so if this Piano does slap us with -2 all, which it should, we should just let it slap us and lower our stamina and reason to 0 is what I'm trying to say. I was also looking at Yogatag, so yeah, Doom is really gonna shoot up through the roof. But again, if you didn't already hear the reason why I don't like to avoid investigations in which Yogatag is watching the location, the main reason is because the events you run into can be just as bad as the Doom that you're penalized for, to Doom. which, all things considered, you can kind of treat as a, how to say... I think this is 15 damage, right? It is. Okay, good. It should be 15 damage, but... you can consider it like a max threat level location that you're investigating. Well, plus one more Doom, but that's a far cry from entering another location for, say, 1 Doom, but then taking like 2 to 3 reason because you failed to check. That's literally, those are literally the numbers I'm working with here. So, what are we doing here? Double up on dexterity, maybe? No, still takes strength. I'm shrugging in real life. I mean, that's the best I've got. Did I ever visit the thingy-majiggy? No, I didn't, did I? So we need to do that. The police station, max threat level mansion, max threat level hospital. So that means the police patrols are going in the hospital because of Ward. Even though we've cut down... Well, no, actually we haven't because we don't have the hospital pass. Facepalm. Face slap. But... as this plastic man appears in front of us. What's that? That's probably not what he's saying. But, yeah, we'll just smack our way out. I think we even get to do this. Yes, guaranteed. Or our funds back. But, yeah, we have 0 funds. Again, roll trade-off reason, if need be. Because that'll put us at 3 reasons, so we can do Desperate Struggle if we so need it. But, again, we'll see what happens. We can also buy a spell here and purposely run into out of funds, as I just said. Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. Yeah, we do still have Expel Evil. We can forget Midostic Touch if we need to do that as well. And hey, lo and behold, we just get our 2 funds back. Although, really, overall, we just ended up losing we just ended up losing 2 reason, was it? So, yeah. Decline, and into a fight we go. 1 stamina, but you never know, right? Also, it doesn't really matter, actually. If we just do this and Desperate Struggle next turn, it's... We could have actually... I should have actually dodged. That's what I should have done. I made a mistake, but it's fine. So, yeah, off we go. So with this brick at our side, we should be good to go. Now, our Doom is a little high, but... if we can manage to get through this without Yogothag hassling us too much, or events... increasing our Doom, we should be relatively okay. So, if we throw the break, we can Desperate Struggle in 1 turn, but I would rather do this because the chances are we hit both of these as well as the sensor goes on screen. And yeah, now we can brace into a teacher attack. Again, if you didn't know why I keep saying teacher attack, it's because there's a teacher controlling the transformation of the school, pretty much, and so you're trying to stop the teacher and not the probably 20, 30 plus foot structure that is becoming an eldritch abomination or something. So yeah, off we go. Goodbye, Sensor Bunny. So yeah, let's level up and see what we can do. Charisma, perception, because we're... never mind, I'm going crazy. I thought I had the army knife, I don't. I'm just going crazy. Anywho, heal reason, move on with life. But yeah, now we take ward, because we have nothing else in our lives, and we do have a bandage with us, which will be nice for, or sorry, a brick with us, which will be nice for one-shotting possibly the boss with handcuffs. Unfortunately, we have every single investigation and ward here, because it's been a long time since I skipped out on the hospital pass. Not that it was not that I had a choice to do so. That was because I took heavy well, actually I did have a choice, but you get what I mean. I had no chance knowing that ward may or may not have been a mystery. Keeping in mind though, with Kana, you won't lose because of 0 stamina and 0 reason for someone who doesn't know how Kana works, but we could just end up increasing Doom by 10, which would not be great either. So, yeah, we're definitely gonna give this... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to give the package, and the reason is because... we wanted to get slapped by the boss for all damage. But we can still do that. It's just that now we have Mind Wipe, which I don't want to do. So, was that because of a perk? I want to say it was maybe Folklore Studies? Anywho, moving on. I think we have 2 investigations left, so hope for the best. Thankfully, Yogothag does not hassle us in ward, because that would be ridiculous, by the way, gameplay-wise. But I wouldn't complain in the end. It would just be really, really bad. So, as we visit our friend... Never mind, we still have other stuff to do. And these should be our last investigations. So this should be the last investigation. And unfortunately, we ran into the patient. So, we're just gonna go for the big plays and hope for the best. So, actually, I didn't need to do that, did I? No, I didn't. I'm just going crazy. But either way, we're letting the boss slap us down anyway and increase Doom by 5, because either we run and increase Doom by 5, or Kana goes down in minus for all once and we get 5 Doom. Either way, we're benefiting from it. Now, the question is, do I get to do 2 attacks? Well, the answer is yes, but we could miss one at 95%. But since we didn't, we don't even need to use the handcuffs. You don't belong in this world. We didn't even need to throw the brick. We did, however, get roads closed, which, let's hope we're not investigating any outer locations too many times. So we have mermaids. Yeah, so mermaids we don't need to worry about. Orphan, on the other hand, well, let's find out now. So, again, we do have the brick and the handcuffs, but whether or not we run into a thing, and yeah, having ill-fated here might be a troublesome. I think we have at least 3 mystery stat checks, but I don't remember at all. So, we can brace into an attack. Is it a good attack? Kind of. -2 all here on our 4th mystery onward ain't the worst thing in the world. But boy, does it still hurt Kana, because relatively speaking, I lost 25% of Kana's HP. They are squishy, quote unquote, but obviously they have the determination to never be defeated by stamina or reason loss, unless of course you do very specific things. It is still possible. Also, why did I do that knowing I was on ill-fated? Because I forgot I was on ill-fated. I was supposed to talk about RPG Maker. Anyway, let's just continue focusing for a moment though. We can take the last mystery. It's not like I wanted to say much, so we'll leave because we'll leave, and I guess we do have to monument now. We're Kana, so we do kind of get to do that. Because of nothing else, even though we go plus on Doom, so for visiting the monument and then dying again, if you take all damage, what ends up happening is that, yeah, your Doom overall increased by 2, but you essentially healed 5, well, say we're at 3 stamina, 3 reason, and we lose both to 0, and they go back to 8. We've healed 5 stamina and 5 reason for 2 Doom. Does that make sense? Let me repeat that again, just before I move on to RPG Maker stuff. So if you visit the monument, well, actually you would have lost more reason. So let's assume you lose even 3 reason, right? You lose 3 reason, now you're at 3 stamina, 3 reason, because you had 6 reason before. So you lost 3 reason, your Doom decreases by 3. But you go into an all encounter, and this is very specific. I'm saying specifically, you go into an all encounter, and then you quote unquote 0 on stamina and reason. And so Kana's stamina and reason shoot back up to 8. So you've healed 2 reason in this case and 5 stamina, but your Doom increased by 2, which, you know, considering, again, I base everything off, well, a lot of things off base rest. So resting at base increases Doom by 3, but you heal 2 stamina, 2 reason. And in this instance, Doom increased by 2 for the example I just stated. Oh, we can't actually do that. Either way, we're taking 5 Doom, which would not be great. But yeah, in the example I used, Doom increased by 2, but you recovered, quote-unquote, 5 stamina and 2 reason in my example. So, yeah, 2 Doom for 7 HP overall, pretty good, in my opinion, at least. But, keep in mind, I still have Mind Wipe, by the way, but I can't get rid of it because that will 0 my stamina, and we will have unworkable Doom anymore. So instead, we'll take take Final Stretch, because that will be better. Shrug. But yeah, the only thing I want to say, I mean, the main thing I want to say for RPG Maker is that I just wanted to make an RPG Maker game where I just add in characters and have them fight, basically, in the battle system. And I tend to make, well, the good version is sophisticated battle systems. The negative version is very, not conflated, bloated battle systems as we run out of Doom here, so that's all I'm trying to say. But the fun part will also be character interactions and whatnot as well. I did not get to talk. It's because I'm dealing with so much. Look at Yogatek looking at my Doom that's at max. Let me visit the monument, please. Okay, so no, I go out on my own terms. Also, we do have Expel Evil, by the way. But, so, for example, if you use this monument here, it's because we can still survive for the moment, even though we're probably going to doom out. Anyway, if you use this and you lose 3 reason, Kana, unfortunately, game over is due to reason. So that's one of the few moments. It might be a bug, but, or, I mean, theoretically, it is a bug, because Kana's never supposed to lose to reason or stamina loss as we deal with Miku here. That's really unfortunate. Well, actually, can we take a risk here? I think we can. If we soft drink into a brace, I've been going crazy, by the way. I absolutely forgot about Expel Evil. But, Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say because I'm just so flabbergasted. Oh yeah, I assume that's a bug because again, Kana's never supposed to lose to stamina reason loss. So when their stamina or reason goes to 0, but the game over screen hits you, I assume it's because something checks in the monument, but maybe I could be wrong. Otherwise, this is a 2-shot because of how much accuracy we have. Is that random item stats accuracy? Kind of, but I don't really think so either. Anyway, we probably lose this run anyway. We're just struggling till the very end. Keep in mind, this is with Gruesome Totem, but that's because we have 2 things working against us, and actually, I forgot that reduces your stamina. But, yeah, Ill-Fated on top of Yogotag, Ill-Fated indirectly increasing our Doom by nature of just failing things, and when you're a Kana, that will increase your Doom when your stamina reason hits 0. And then, obviously, Yogotag is just direct Doom increases, but you heard my reason why I don't like to do other investigations, that Yogotag is not looking at their locations. But yeah, without further ado, I guess this is a failed run. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Do whatever you want to do. Bye!